Before we get started, I'd just like to say that if you enjoy the video, please consider subscribing. If you do, you'll get a spooky skeleton.
You're listening to BMRF Radio. We interrupt this program to bring you a special news report. Unknown atmospheric phenomena have been reported throughout the area. Meteorologists have been unable to identify the source of the strange electrical displays, but we will keep you informed of any developments. We return you now to our regular programming.
Let's take a look at a mod, a horror mod. I would say it's the OG horror mod. In its short intro, the mod is able to set up the atmosphere perfectly. Dark clouds, a car in the middle of nowhere and a place we don't know. This scene with the rain pouring down while we're in the water is an iconic and memorable one for me because up to this point all I could think was, is this really a mod? I remember playing this in 2004 and it absolutely blew my mind away. The mausoleum at the start was a chilling place to walk through. As a kid I got so unnerved in this place, as if something will come out of the corner and get me. This mod showcased the fact that making the level pitch black doesn't make it horror. Proper textures, sparse lighting with the right ambient sounds make it horror. That noise about the bush rustling as if something's there and I can't see it still gets me to this day. And the sky texture, well, if it's an old game, I am going to talk about the sky texture. I'm a sucker for good sky textures. This shot of the church against that sky texture, well, there's something about that I can't explain. The accumulated effects of the textures with the lighting, with the atmosphere, makes this the perfect scene to look at. In the church we find a dead body and another person almost dying. Our first weapon is an umbrella, which is pretty unique if I'm honest. I could never imagine using an umbrella as a weapon in an FPS game. Then we face our primary monster, zombies. The moment you step out of the church, the undead start to rise from their graves to eat your face. Gruesome in appearance, their texture implies that their whole body is split open from the center. From the church we make our way back to the mausoleum and open up the second door that was locked earlier. If you're expecting this to be like terrifying horror, then it's not. It's more like entertaining horror. It's got its own charm. It's something out of an 80s or 90s slasher film. I know there are other mods that depend on cheap jump scares to scare the player, but this doesn't do that. It is more creative in its methods. Like this scene right here. You'd think that's a police officer who you can probably ask help for, but guess again. When he turns over, he's also a zombie. I don't like these swamp areas, honestly. The water is opaque and you can't see what's going on underneath. So I'm not gonna talk a lot about this. Then there's this helicopter section which you can easily clear with a sniper rifle. It somewhat implies that not only the undead are rising, but the police is also being infected. You're all on your own. The Devil's Rift is a volcano area. It's cool, I guess, but I don't think it's fitting to be here. If I were to define this mod, I would say it's a fun horror mod that still hasn't lost its charm. Sure, it can be frustrating with the zombies that have guns, but it's still fun to play though. That brings me to my next point, zombies with guns. It can be a fun challenge to fight one or two of these, but if there are multiple hidden or out of sight, then it is infuriating. I think that this is the only drawback this mod has. Next we come to the train track on which two trains collide head-on. We hijack the train and make our way further. This was fun on its own. I had never seen something like this in any other mod for Half-Life at that point. Here's an example of those bad zombies placement. All the zombies with the guns are hidden in the bushes. After that, we head to a dam that's oddly similar to the one in Half-Life. Opening up the gate for the train takes us to the next town, where we have to use the radio station's equipment to send out a signal. The sniper is your best bet to clear out the hidden zombies, otherwise you'll get fired at from all 8 directions. In the town, you get to realize that it has been overrun with zombies, so the goal now is to reach the police station to find shelter. There's this cool little church area as well. Then there's a section where we have to drive a car. Well, not drive, I guess, just activate it and press E on it. When we reach the police station, it's a weird feeling, like everything's quiet, a bit too quiet. It's all empty until this point, where we are smacked over the head and fade out. So, this was episode 1 for They Hunger. I played it many times over the year. There are 2 more episodes, but I personally think that they are a bit skewed towards the action side rather the horror side. I'll cover them too someday. They too have their shining moments as well. Thank you for watching.